Hello, I'm Kay, and I want to start taking a new direction with my channel where while gaming, I either talk about the game in some, but in others I can have discussions while the game is playing in the background. The game today I believe is called Find the Kittens, and I want to talk about the pros and cons of social media. So honestly, let's start with the pros. I would say social media is probably the most successful for a lot of businesses. I feel like they kind of get the most out of a lot of those platforms because they're able to reach out and show what they've got going on. I feel like for the average person, while it does help you connect with friends, and sometimes you can watch videos, it actually leads into some of the cons with those things that you think would be pros. So the main pros are for businesses and for people who want to connect with their friends, sometimes watch videos. And people, of course, can become content creators. Obviously, it is difficult on Instagram and here. I've been debating trying to do so on Instagram as well as here, but I'm a little too scared to make my Instagram account public. I know people can get hacked on YouTube, and that might happen to me, but I've known a lot of people who have gotten hacked on Instagram after making their accounts public, and that just scares me a lot. So I don't really know if I want to do that. However, I do really want to see if I can, at some point in the next few years, become a content creator, not full-time, but definitely on the side. It's something that I enjoy. I like making videos, even if a lot of people don't watch them. I'm fine with being a small content creator. It would just be nice to get to the point where I can get paid for it, of course. I think in my personal experience, the main pro for me is that long distance friendships survive better with social media. That's my personal opinion. A lot of people don't have landline phones anymore, which I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should also have a landline. But for people who don't, they use social media specifically to contact their friends and family. Instagram also has its own FaceTime sort of thing. And I think that that's really useful, especially with friends who move far away or with a partner. I honestly think that unfortunately, there are probably more cons to social media than pros, but that's just my personal opinion. As I said earlier, being hacked, people can get your information really easily after you go on social media, especially from things like Instagram, where for some reason, even with the double sign-in or verification or whatever, people get hacked really easily. I would say as well that there is so much negativity on Instagram. Both posts that are negative get, how do I say that? They get boosted, something like that. They get boosted a lot. They become part of the algorithm a lot. I'll say, no, I don't want this word. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I just want to look at happy videos. I'm tired of being sad and angry all the time. And, this goes for any political party. Sometimes you don't want to be sad. Sometimes you don't want to be angry. Sometimes you just want specific things. And even when you click on filters to filter stuff out, they still pop up sometimes, let's be honest. And in the comments section, sometimes people are going to war with each other. I mean, it is crazy stuff. And people just bullying people in the comments too. And I know you can turn them off, but you really shouldn't have to, honestly. And of course, well, not of course, a lot of people don't know this, I actually did have a bunch of videos posted before the ones I have now. I used to have hundreds of videos on my channel. They were a completely different theme. I don't really want to talk about it. If you followed me while I had them, which a lot of my follower percentage did, you would know what they are, and you would know probably why I took them down. And there was also some negativity in the comments that was a little much for me, and I've debated turning off my comments, but I decided no, I'm just going to start my channel fresh if I decide I want to do so. I waited 4 or 5 years to actually start making videos again. I just thought, why not? So I think overall, the cons are just, maybe they don't outweigh the pros necessarily, but they're just so heavy. I also think it is difficult for people to become content creators on both Instagram and here. It really is easier for businesses. That's my opinion. Especially if you're like me and you don't plan on showing your face. People either expect a face reveal when you get popular, or they lose interest, or you need to be showing your face the whole time, and you need to be conventionally attractive based on standards of America and other places across the globe in order to get the most viewers. And then it becomes a channel that's more about, oh, I like this person because they're attractive, instead of I like their content. Social media can also be very distracting. I think that things like Insta Reels, or honestly even YouTube Shorts, even though that's what I post to the most, I know that's really strange thing to say. I shouldn't, like, that does not promote my stuff. I think they can be very distracting if you don't know how to control your phone usage, and they can take your time away from doing important things. Honestly, it's also personal. You need to know how to balance using your phone and doing your work or doing your job, honestly. I've had a lot of people say they'll see their coworkers on their phone all the time while they're at work, and sometimes on your break, that's fine. But in my personal opinion, based on what you do for a living, you should not be on your phone 24/7. That's not you doing your job. You shouldn't be getting paid to be on your phone. And some people really do have that mindset where they're like, well, I'll just be on my phone. Like, it's fine. I'm like, it's not fine though. Like, that's what you're here for. That's what you're supposed to be getting money for, doing something else, doing a job. But I haven't had a job yet, so maybe I'm being presumptuous, Maybe I'm not the best opinion for that in particular. Overall, I personally do enjoy social media, and I'm not using this video as a way to say you shouldn't use it. I'm just using it to really discuss what is good and helpful about it and what is possibly negative about it. I will say that trends really influence the usage of social media, and if you want to do content creation with the mindset that I have, where you hope to someday gain money from it, you need to be prepared to shift with those trends. Not everything I post is necessarily something that I personally enjoy making. This is, but some of my other stuff that's more, I don't know how to say it, shallow, or there's just not a lot of depth going on to it. It's just silly and fun, which is nice, but I prefer more discussion-based things. I watch video essays. I'm boring like that. I enjoy posting those the most, but I know they don't get the most views, and honestly, people, they're more likely to delete it from their views or search history, you know what I mean? So yeah, some of the content I create is just supposed to be silly. It is just supposed to be funny. Some people take it a bit too seriously, and they're like, wow, you really overreacted to this or that. And I'm like, yes, overreaction. It is a video on a YouTube channel that is supposed to get attention. Especially with some of my more boring videos mixed in there. This one might be considered boring too, depending on what you like. Especially because I'm not talking about the game while I'm playing it. But if necessary, I can also make a video talking about the game while playing it. I honestly just don't think that's necessary for every video. I think these Find the Creature games, they're honestly, in my opinion, better when paired with something else, because what am I going to do? Say, look, I came here and I found this kitten. Now I look over here and I found this one. There's not a lot you can say here. There's not a lot to this. I am just looking around and finding things. It's just like a relaxing background. And they're cute. Aww. But yeah. I would also be curious. I do want to start trying to get people to go in the comments more and really discuss things, because that's kind of the direction I want to pull things in. And obviously that means carefully monitoring the comments and making sure that people are actually having proper discussions and not just arguing. If you don't agree with what somebody says about something, and it's something, my discussions will never be political, by the way. We're not gonna get into that here. That's a little much right now. But they will be about mental health and different games, like the one I posted about Suit You. I still play it, which is a bit of a moral thing. I don't know if I should be playing it because of the allegations they've faced, but they're making changes, try and be better. But once again, if they keep doing stuff at some point. I have to go. Time to get off this game and just focus on other things, unfortunately. Hopefully that won't end up being the case, but it is a possibility. And as I said, I will make a longer video explaining the other issues with Suit You as well. I just wanted to post this one first because I think that it's an important discussion to have. And I also want to talk about pros and cons of social media for kids, because I definitely see too many parents letting their kids go on social media without restrictions. And yes, I do mean people I know as well. And I think that's not okay, because honestly, there's so much weird stuff on social media, and it's weird in so many different ways, forms that a child should not be exposed to. And once again, that might just be a personal opinion, but I think that there need to be parental restrictions. And they need to actively be checking what their kids are looking at, because it's bizarre. And I also think that too many kids are using social media because their parents don't want to spend time with them, and I think that's sad too. I'll go out somewhere, I'll see a table with parents and the kid, and they just hand the kid a phone, and then they drink alcohol and talk to each other and ignore the kid. And I just don't understand that. Why did you have the kid if you just are going to ignore them and let them play on their tablet the whole time? I know that some of the reasoning I've heard for that is that they're tired, they're exhausted, they take care of the child 24/7, and they want a minute to themselves, so they just hand the child a tablet to calm them down. But then you're also letting the tablet be a coping and calming mechanism, and that's not really healthy either, because imagine they're having a rough day at school, they're not allowed to use technology in their class, and they just start freaking out because they don't have anything they think will help calm them down, and they're so used to using the tablet. I hope people see what I mean there, and it's not just empty reasoning and stupid opinions I have here. Overall, social media is definitely useful for spreading knowledge as well, I would say. People who are more well-versed in things than I am and are able to share more than just opinion pieces and create discussions, are able to share facts and really have evidence for their reasoning for different things. I think that's really cool. As I said, video essays are always amazing. Maybe I'll find some of the channels I like soon, and I'll put links to them or tag them in the comments and description so people can see some of the stuff I've been watching. I think it's really amazing that if you're in college like I am right now, I'm lucky in that the classes I have right now, I do feel like I'm learning. Sometimes you do get stuck in a class where you go, oh wow, like it's either really difficult and I'm struggling to learn, or it's super easy, but it's stuff I already know, and I just don't feel like I'm learning that well. Video essays are a great way for people to learn about different things and do it for free, any topic, anytime that they want. Because obviously, a lot of institutions, universities, and colleges aren't free. As far as I know, community colleges usually are, but not everyone is comfortable with being at a community college, so it's great for homeschooling and just education in general. And I will say as well that if you are somebody who does like news and does like being current on things, social media will have things right away. This ties into another con, false information. You need to double check where you get things from. You can't see a post and go, this is correct, right away. You need to find other things that match up, and you need to see, are the sources credible in any way, shape, or form, especially if it's something that you decide you're going to make a post about as well. I've been watching some videos about helping your YouTube channel grow and have a broader reach, and I have seen a lot that are like saying you can copy certain keywords from other channels, but you can't copy the whole titles. That's usually a bad idea, especially if they're more popular, this, that, and the other. And I also thought to myself, it's also a bad idea to copy the exact content they are trying to make, because if you don't know this YouTube channel well and you don't know how they find their information, it's bad to assume that they got it credibly and it's accurate information, and then you're making something that's about the same stuff they did with information from their video plus maybe a couple other things you find on your own, and it's literally just ridiculous nonsense that you're spreading because you didn't check anything. So that's something that's important to acknowledge as well. And honestly, I would say the main pro overall of social media is also the element of fun and joy it can bring, even while the con is that the negativity is bad for your mental health. Simultaneously, it can actually be really helpful. I think, in my opinion, if I'm having a panic attack, there are other ways I know of that I can use to calm myself down. But if I'm really in public and I just need a quick, I need this and it'll calm me down quick, I find something cute to play or cute to watch. Like this, for example, Find the Unicorn. This is really cute. Honestly, I'm really happy about this. I kept looking. I decided I would play multiple ones in a singular video, because why not? And I love how different all of them are. Some of them are the same structures, but the animals are in different spots. I think that's amazing. Animals help me feel calmer, personally. So anything with animals is a go-to. I'm honestly upset that I can't post cat or dog videos like other people do, because first, people love them, so that helps your channel grow right away. But also, I don't have a pet. I don't have a singular pet, so I can't do that. That's not an option for me, and it's really unfortunate. So since I am recording this much later than I recorded the earlier portion of voiceover for the video, I'm also going to be diverting the topic I was talking about before a slight bit. Don't even remember what it was. It's late at night at this point. That's fine. I have another question for the comments that I'm curious about. It is, what social media platform is most popular right now? Because I am, let's just say, I'm not the younger portion of Gen Z. I'm in somewhat of the older half. So I use things that maybe some other people don't use, and I stopped using Snapchat a long time ago. I only use Instagram. And I do have that in my bio as well. It's a private account because, as I said, I'm scared to go public with my Instagram, but I might get hacked anyways, so who knows. Regardless, I'm curious what people use the most. I know I could just look it up, but out of the people who watch my stuff, what do you use the most? And what are some pros and cons that you have noticed personally with the social media platforms? And also, do you think that the creators of the platforms care about the extent that it can harm your mental health, or is it a you signed up for this sort of thing? If it hurts you mentally, that's on you. Because I have wondered sometimes if that's a bit of the mindset that goes on. Even though personally, obviously, I don't feel that way. I have experienced bullying literally since kindergarten, which is crazy. And I experienced it on Musically a bit, TikTok a tiny bit, although I was never very popular on either. And literally, social media platforms seem to be a haven for bullies, and it's kind of crazy. I know there's a lot of things you can do. You can block this, that, the other. Sometimes people literally just make new accounts and try and come for you again. It's crazy, but luckily I haven't experienced that much yet. On Insta I've experienced a bit. On here I haven't experienced it that much yet, at least with the newer videos I'm posting. I know that with my older channel and videos, I definitely was getting some hate for some stuff. So, yeah, I'm just curious about that as well. And I am going to try and play more trending Roblox games, but I do also want to just do little fun things like these. I mean, Scientist Unicorn, that's adorable. And yeah, I was suspicious there's something in here. And there was. Brown Unicorn. Cute. Probably my fave. But yeah, and what games do you play? on Roblox to help your mental health? That's another question, because my next video is going to be about mental health, like, in general, not just social media focus, because I do really want to focus on that a lot. I know that me personally, after COVID, my mental health has just been kind of deteriorating slowly, and it's kind of sad, and I wish that I was happier more of the time, but I'm usually not. I'm just kind of existing. But as long as you have a good support system in person and online, or just one or the other, that's fine, then I think that can really help keep you afloat. So that's something important to think about as well. Do you have a good support system online? Are these social media platforms helping you to feel happy and safe and comfortable? So yeah, I think for the rest of the video, what am I going to talk about? I'm serious. It's literally like 12:20 right now or something like that. I'm a college student. I've been doing hours of homework with my friends, but still hours of homework, and I'm not done. College is crazy, guys. I don't know. I love it, but yeah, it can be a lot. It's a commitment for sure. And that is why mental health is so important. And looking at social media and thinking, do I need this app? Is this good for my mental health? Do I need that app? Is that good for my mental health? You gotta really think about these things, because when you get to the age when you're in college and you don't have as much time to be on your phone, I know it seems like I'm on my phone all the time because I pump out a lot of these videos, but I make the shorts in like 5 minutes unless they have a voiceover, and then I just post those. Sometimes I do the gaming for one day and post the content another day, but overall I don't spend that long on the shorts, and I'm just going to be honest about that. It's something quick that I can post usually, and I really like that because I'm very busy, and longer videos take a lot of time that I don't necessarily have, but I will say that all the shorts do have a lot of good reach. Like, I'll get thousands of viewers on some of my videos, which is really awesome, and I appreciate everyone who watches them. I feel like it's hard to be engaging in the way that I want on shorts. Like, those are more of the videos that are fun, and I will try and make them more of the discussion based like I want to right now, and I will do a mix, as I said. I'm not going to just do discussions or opinion piece videos, but I like being able to express myself in longer videos, and it's really fun, honestly. It's also really cool to see who subscribes to me and visit their channel and see what they've got going on. And if you don't have anything going on, I totally respect it. Not everybody wants to be online or share stuff about them like I am right now, because it is dangerous, so yeah. But if anybody ever wants to play this game, I definitely highly recommend it. As you can see from what I've been doing in the back this whole time, it's pretty fun. This part tripped me up really bad. I'm just so clumsy, even in the game. I always fall, and I just struggle a lot. But hey, don't give up. Keep going, keep trying. Yeah. So like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's awesome as well. That's fine. I respect it. My videos aren't going to be everyone's cup of tea. I do encourage you to watch video essays. As I said, I'll have to look back through my videos and see which channels have some that I really enjoyed. And I'll, at some point soon, hopefully, put some in the comments that people can watch, because I think it's important to get good information as well, even if it's online. And I think that these are some of the more reliable ones, so hopefully I'll remember to do that soon when I'm not swamped with lots of work. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great night or day or evening, wherever you are. I don't really have a concept of time. But thank you for watching.